Privileged ones, artists, welcome back to Draw a VPG, my channel where I like to do art, do reviews on certain products, and plenty of other things in the realm of artistic. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about a little review of some cheap drawing markers that Lemoshay brought to my attention, and they sent me an entire package for free. So they're kind of sponsoring this video, but then again, I am not getting paid for this video. This is my honest review, and I hope you all enjoy. So Lemoshay sent me these markers, and it comes in a set of 80, and there's an even larger set on Amazon, and I will link both sets down below. These 80 markers only cost $39.99 compared to the high price tag of the competitors, which are the high-end drawing markers, which are alcoholic based, and those are Prismacolor and Copic markers. These two marker sets normally range from anywhere from $200 to $400, and that's a lot for drawing markers. And I know a lot of the people that watch this channel like to have reviews of the cheap art supplies that are worth buying, because I know when people are starting out and wanting to draw, they don't have the money to put down for a really expensive set of colored pencils, paint, markers, or whatever you'd like to buy. So today, here's my honest review of Lemoshay markers. So, first off, I want to show you what the markers look like. Now, the markers are really nice. They're white outside coating of plastic. They've got the tips of the colors that are going to be provided to you so you can see really easily when they're standing up in the bag. And they're dual tipped. There's a chisel tip and a fine tip, and to give you a rough idea of what those look like, there's the fine tip, really fine, and the chisel tip is nice and large for coloring in or doing some really nice lines, some bold lines, or whatever you'd like to do. These tips, the chisel tips, are actually really good for those concept artists that like to draw for like vehicle concepts and stuff like that. The other one, though, on the other hand, is good for that blending and nice fine tuning of animations and cartooning. But yes, you will need to use both if you're going to draw with these. Now, I've got a drawing already prepared, and it turned out fantastic. To give you guys a rough idea of my overall opinion of these markers, these cost $39.99 US on Amazon. And as of right now, I am highly impressed by these markers, and I'm just giving you guys an overall review. So just know that this is my honest opinion, and I'm going to be using more of these. I'm actually going to be purchasing another set, the larger set, because I want to have all the colors, and it's just, these markers are amazing. So we're going to get over into the paper, and we're going to talk about the markers a little bit more, and actually give you guys a overall review of the markers while I'm actually showing you how they work. To get started, I took all of the colors that I was going to be using on the piece and a couple extras, and I took some blend card, which is the paper you want to use for any alcoholic drawing markers, and I started blending them together. I started working on the piece of paper, testing them out, seeing how vibrant the colors were, and what they looked like after they were dried. To my surprise, they blended really well. Compared to the Copic markers, which is the highest quality marker out there, to the Prismacolor and even the other markers I've used in the past, which were a little cheaper, maybe around 60 bucks, 80 bucks. And to my surprise, they blended just as well as the high-end markers, which are Copic and Prismacolor. And from there, they also stayed very vibrant. I loved how bright these markers were when they were put on paper, and I wanted it to stay that way. And after they dried, and it was completely dried, it actually kept that vibrancy, which is a problem for some cheaper alcoholic-based markers. Sometimes when you mark it on paper, it may look good at first, and then when it dries, it becomes dull and not so vibrant, which is also a problem. But with these, you won't see that as a problem. Now, one other thing that I found really amazing about these markers is that the markers themselves seem to have a lot of ink. I had to use the yellow so much in this piece, and it didn't seem to dry out at all. So you have plenty of ink in these markers, and that also is great for the price that you paid for them. Because I know there's some cheap brands out there that you buy, and you may use a certain marker for an extended period of time, and it actually doesn't last as long as the Copic markers. Now, I'm not sure if these markers have a refill option, and I don't believe they do, but for the price tag, if any of your markers dry out, the people over at Lemoshay are really friendly, and I'm pretty sure you can buy a single marker if you just ask. And on top of that, if you have to buy an entire set, well, an entire set is again $39.99, which you can get all of your markers over again at an easy payment. And honestly, it's way better than paying for Copic markers. Now, from the ability of having great ink, having great vibrancy, having great blending, and matching up to the high price tags of Copic or Prismacolor markers, there's got to be something bad about these. And the only flaw that I found while using these was the fact that the bag that you get with your markers inside, there's no organization in the bag. There's nothing holding those markers to stand up, so you can't organize your markers. But Lemoshay did provide me a link, which I'll link down below, to a stand that they have made out of metal that can actually organize your markers on your desk for you, and that's $19.99. So at the price tag of around $60, you get the stand and the 80 marker set, and you're good to go. Just to throw it in there, guys, I'm going to be using these markers more often in future drawings here on the channel. So if you want to see more Lemoshay drawings, check out the channel and think about subscribing. Privileged ones, artists, now you have a rough idea of how the markers work and my overall opinion of those markers. Again, they're $39.99 US dollars compared to the $200 to $400 price tag of Copic markers and Prismacolors, which are the high-end alcoholic-based markers for drawing and animation and cartooning. If you want to do any of these kind of things, these markers will do the job. So don't think you have to buy a really expensive marker set for a really outrageous amount of money when you can just purchase these. Remember, I'll have the links down below, and I want to thank again for Lemoshay for sending me these markers for free. Again, this wasn't a paid promotion. I actually got the markers for free, and that was kind of the sponsorship. So I just want to do the honest review once again. But really quick, I've got a merch store if you guys want to get any merch, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like on the video. If you just disliked this video, then leave a thumbs down. Let me know in the comment section why you disliked the video and how I can make future videos better for all of you. And other than that, the image that I was drawing in this video, I'll have a full detailed time lapse of me explaining what my thoughts were on the markers once again, while also telling you guys how I created the image that I did with the markers that I had. Other than that, thank you all so much, and as always, stay violent, be privileged.
Oh, hi. VPG isn't here right now, but I guess you enjoyed the content. So over there's the logo you can click on. That will allow you to subscribe. More content up there, and behind the scenes daily content over here on the vlog channel. There you go. Enjoy!